Welcome everyone to the season finale of Manga Alert. We're going for a bit of a more low key cast this time around. We only got 3 people. Everyone else, unfortunately, has died. We actually all got together for a big Manga Alert meetup. We were going to do like a whole live show and stuff, and then a house fell on everyone, so
R.I.P.
it was kind of rough. Yeah, me, Shrug, and Buzz are the only survivors. So now let's take a moment of silence for our fallen comrades. All right, everyone.
It's because they didn't get Zelda. Am I right or am I right, fellas?
It's actually true. None of our other regulars got Zelda, which is kind of upsetting and alarming.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I don't. Did we talk about this last time? I don't know. Half of this cast is basically going to be dedicated to Zelda. So if you want to check out at that point, fine. You'd be a loser, but fine. But we're going to start with our usual stuff, going over some manga, how it is, before Shrug goes off into the wilderness for our season break, as is tradition.
Of course.
Yeah.
I have 2 months of where I explore in the wilderness. During that time, I will be playing Zelda. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully catching up on High School Musical.
That is also the plan.
Man. It's perfect, too, because it's like a summer camp season. So it's like the same thing.
It's like been what I've been wanting to play in the background of my, like, while I've been sitting at work. And it's just like, I don't know how to explain it, but I just don't want my boss to walk in, like, what, and I have to explain, like, what show that I'm watching. I finished watching, I was watching American Dragon Jake Long, and I was like, still hesitant for him to walk in and just have to explain and be like, this is American Dragon Jake Long.
Bro, man, if you just
should watch
if
it.
you just sat him down and like explained the lore of the High School Musical show, he'd be hooked.
I don't think he would.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited. Like, you gotta watch season 3. Like, it's so great and so funny how they like write Olivia Rodrigo out of the show because she's too famous for it.
Yeah, I really am looking forward to it, honestly.
Gear needs an intervention for some of these shows just watching.
What do you? Nah, you don't get it. If you just start it, like, season 2 is kind of shit, but like season 3 is peak TV.
But I really do think you would understand, like, if you just watched. Okay, the first season is like actually pretty mildly entertaining, but then season 2 just goes right off the rails. That you have no idea what's going on, why anybody is doing anything.
It's pretty rough.
And then the third season they do Frozen.
No, listen, and I'm the only one who can speak to this, but season 3 unironically slaps. Like, I don't know what happened, but like they flipped a switch and suddenly the show was great. Now, I'm still not very happy with how dirty they did High School Musical 2. But banger. And season 4 looks like it is going to be like Succession is about to end. That's probably like the best show on right now. High School Musical will take its spot. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, what manga have we been reading, guys? Ooh.
Let's have Buzz go first.
Sure.
Guests go first.
Sure.
All right. So not gonna lie. Oh wow, my audio just hecka spiked.
Gear's taking a phone call. It's your turn to go.
I guess. Yeah, Gear was like, "Oh, Buzz is going first. I'll just straight up leave." So not gonna lie, I think I only read like 1 volume of manga since last cast. I think I read like 1 volume of Nana.
Oh no.
I've been busy. I've been really busy.
Hey, that's okay. That's understandable. Like, have you? What are you planning on reading?
Well, there's been like a lot of series in my backlog that I want to get through. One manga I've been wanting to read next is Noragami, Witch Hat Atelier, and Quintessential Quintuplets are on my radar.
Oh my gosh, dude! Listen, if Gear was still here, he would absolutely be sobbing right now. He would be peeing and crying from the fact that you just said that you wanted to read that.
The read Quintessential? Bruh.
Dude, yes, dude. Gear absolutely. He loves Quintessential for like no reason, and it's just it's okay. It's not. I don't think it's really that great.
You don't?
Not really. I read. So typically, when we have to do like the sales cast, I'll read every series that's in there, and if I have never read it before, I at least read 2 volumes. And I normally don't stick. I normally think most of them are serviceable, but like I just got really, I don't know. I just didn't like the premise. I just thought not that it was boring, but it was just just not very fun.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, it looks cute. It looks fine.
Yeah, it probably is. I think that just a lot of it, which obviously that's what the main gag is that they all look the same, and so it's confusing. But I just wasn't a fan of that because I never really knew which one was which, and I always got them confused, and so which was just probably just a me problem. But
and then I also am looking forward to reading Oshinoko, since that's been on everybody's radar recently.
Good. I was just gone for a minute because I had a phone call, but I joined at a good time. Hell yeah.
But yeah, I've just been super busy the last like 2 months, so I haven't been super into anime and manga. But I am keeping up with Demon Slayer, since my dad and sister really, really love Demon Slayer.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I've been tagging along and watching it with them. And it's been fun, you know. I definitely think they're going pretty slow this season. It definitely feels like a classic shonen anime adaptation. Definitely feels slow, but, you know, it's fun. Oh, and I watched the new Ruby season.
Oh, isn't it like some isekai nonsense?
Yeah, they get sent
No.
into a storybook dimension. So it's like the spin-off of Ruby about like the fairy tales that were in their world. And then it turns out that was like real and in the past, but also in another dimension.
Yeah, so they're like in an alternate reality pretty much. And
Yes.
it's like but it's kind of weird because there's like they think, oh, it's just like a legend. Because truth be told, guys, I also watched the new season, but as I've been meaning to, I was meaning to message you about it. I was meaning to message you about it and talk to you about it, but no, it's all based off of like a legend in their world, but then they end up there, they're like, oh, it's real, and so it's like they literally are inside of like a mythology, pretty much.
Yeah, what did you think of the season?
I honestly liked it.
Heck yeah, let's go.
Well, I liked it better than last season, I think.
Yeah, it was good. Better than last season.
Yeah, I thought that the pacing last season was really weird, but also this one had like its highs and its lows, which is. But overall, I'm really hopeful in the next season. But I don't know. This is kind of like I just want to see what the payoff is, because if the payoff is like really weak, then I don't think I'm gonna like the season overall. Just because it's kind of like it. Does that make sense? Because it's just so separated. Because everything got resolved. I mean, spoilers, but everything got resolved at the end of the season.
Yeah. But what do you think of the fight scenes? I feel like that's some of the best fighting they had in a long time.
In the past few seasons, I definitely like that last episode was steering back into like early Ruby territory, and where I was like, ooh, I was like, I actually am really down with this. So
yeah, like that last really fight scene kind of just looked like a fighting game characters, you know, like high level gameplay from a fighting game. That's what it looked like, and I think they did a good job with it. Kind of harkens back to Monty Oom's style.
Yeah. I definitely miss that style, but I really, really just want to, I don't know, I really, really want them to keep on doing choreography like that, because I just want it to steer back into what the original was, because that's why I really, really like Ruby. But now I'm like invested with the story and
definitely
whatnot.
Yeah, I don't know about any of this. This sounds kind of cringe.
You don't understand.
Oh, there was that massive Elden Ring ripoff. Did you see that?
Wait, what?
When she goes into the tree and there's the blacksmith in the tree and it looks exactly like
yeah.
Like, that was the most blatant Elden Ring ripoff I ever seen.
Yeah, I There was like honestly the last 2 episodes. This has probably been one of the better finales that we've had in a while. Which again, I'm gonna keep my score kind of at a weird spot because I just want to see what happens next season. Also, we went back to like 11 to 15-minute episodes now, and it's like I honestly was not complaining.
Yeah, I thought it was the pacing was better. It's like they didn't care when they started and stopped episodes. They didn't pad it out for time, which I definitely felt like was a problem with like season 7, where they were like pointlessly making episodes 20 minutes and it would just be boring.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of padding, but like a couple seasons ago, I really liked that season, but I wasn't a huge fan of the last season until the end, and right now, yeah, there's just I want to go back and rewatch RWBY because again, I don't think it's perfect, but there's like a lot of stuff that I actually do enjoy about RWBY, and if they keep the story like going in the direction that it is, I hope that it has like a good payoff. But yeah. I'm really just there for the fights, TBH.
Yeah, I agree. I want to rewatch RWBY. I definitely think like season 4 and 5 are pretty weak, but I think everything else is actually pretty good.
Oh man, I actually love season 5. I really like season 5.
Yeah, season 5 has some really good bits in it. It just has some pretty deep lows that kind of make me not super fond of that season, but it does have some good parts.
Gear, we're doing the RWBY cast.
The RWBY cast. Yeah, screw Zelda. Zelda doesn't exist. We're playing the Switch RWBY game instead.
Oh, Jesus. God. Is that ever going to end? Are they, like...
RWBY?
Are they still... Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely getting to the end. It's very endgamey now, right?
Yeah, I would say it probably has like a season or 2. God. Honestly, I feel like it'd be kind of rushed. Could probably see it for 3.
Yeah, probably 2 or 3.
Yeah. Well, all right. Enough of this nonsense. Buzz, is that everything?
I guess.
Yeah. All right. Shrug, you go. We'll spin up.
Well, just like Buzz, I have been. May is like the busiest month for me, just work wise. I'm working pretty much like 50 to 60-hour work weeks, and so I'm.
That's absurd.
Really kind of.
Don't they know Zelda is an
F?
Yeah, I'm doing my full-time job, and then I'm also like, I have like my side gig, and so it's really hard to like read manga right now. But I have again been trying to read the Zelda manga because I said that I would. Guys, I did not make it very far. So I just want to say that. But
because it's so good and you wanted to make it last.
Well, yeah, exactly. But did you know that there's actually a Wind Waker manga?
What?
Well, it's not what you think. There's an adaptation of the Wind Waker, but like it skips like a ton of like the big story bits, and it came out like right alongside the Wind Waker, like a little bit like after the Wind Waker.
Is it like the same mangaka?
No, it's not. It's not the same. It's not Himikawa. But like there's also like the Link to the Past manga, which is made also by a different artist, but I've not heard anything about it. I know what it is, but I've not heard anything about it. But also it's kind of a darn shame that they just threw the Skyward Sword manga into like a 30-page section in the Hyrule Historia, because like I was kind of digging it a lot.
Yeah,
it was like full color and everything, and it's like, oh man, that's awesome.
I think Skyward Sword has one of the better Zelda stories too, and it at least has the most personality, I'd say, in its story.
It's also with the manga for Skyward Sword, it does something that's a lot different than like the other ones, and so it actually like talks on like before the main events of the game that it's adapting, and I think that that's really cool.
Before Skyward Sword, you mean Tears of the Kingdom?
Yeah.
I'm a time loop truther. Let's go.
Also, I did purchase the final volume of the Twilight Princess manga yesterday.
Yo,
hooray!
So now I own all the Twilight Princess manga, so I'll be able to read all of the Zelda manga that currently is out right now. But after I get back from my 2-month break, the plan is to read the Zelda manga and then read My Hero, because I started it and then I stopped it because I wanted it to wrap up.
Maybe it'll be over when you're back. Who knows? Who knows?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know when this thing's ending.
Yeah. I want to read My Hero, and then I think I want to... that should hopefully get me to October, which is spooky season, which is when I'll try picking up like No Longer Human, and maybe reread Tokyo Ghoul for the first time since like I was a sophomore in high school, so like 6 years ago.
Can't wait to see if it either will get like way better or way worse. Who knows?
Yeah, I still think that them like changing the title to Tokyo Ghoul Re was like really, really dumb, because like I don't.
It was dumb, but it's actually good because you can distinguish the good and the mid one.
That is true. That's what. That's what I was just.
Because I used to think the same thing. I'm like, what's the point of this rebrand? And now I'm like, well, it's still pointless, but now it's like easy to just say, oh yeah, stop.
Yeah, stop at Tokyo Ghoul.
So one thing that I remember when I was like earlier on in YouTube, and I like talked about Tokyo Ghoul, and I said I think Tokyo Ghoul Re tricks the readers because it makes you think that it's like a sequel series. I'm like, but it's not. I was like, it's literally just like a continuation of Tokyo Ghoul. And I remember some commenter got like, I can probably still find it. It's like one of my most early like hate comments. It's on a manga collection video, and he was like, "You are so stupid for making that assumption that it's like that it is, you know." Like he just got super angry about it, and I was like, they changed the title for no reason, and they literally set up the next bit of Tokyo Ghoul, which again, like you said, and I was just about to say, I'm glad that they distinguish between Tokyo Ghoul Re, which is like a lot worse, which I will probably end up read just because I think it'll be funny to like read the rest of it and be like, wow, this is awful.
The final arc is like, oh no, I lost my wedding ring in the giant monster's belly.
Well, I also have so many bets, or I have 2 bets that I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to read Oshinoko.
Based. Let's go. Why are you sighing like it's a bad thing? Get out of here.
Well, because apparently I made some deal with you that I would read Oshinoko, and I don't remember it.
I don't even remember this, but I'm not complaining.
You called me out about it, and then I don't even remember it, and so I was like, I don't remember what happened, some deal that we made. And then I also have to read Eden Zero.
That's... you shouldn't have done that. That's cringe.
Well, I did it for Blair.
Cringe.
I did it for Blair because he said he reads Soul Eater, and I was like, even trade.
Man, Blair backed out of my bet. You should back out of his.
I don't even know if he's even reading it. I'm also... Feb wanted me to read Blue Period. Or like, it was either... Yeah, I think it was Blue Period.
Actually, I think he meant Blue Box. Feb's a big fan of Blue Box.
It was probably Blue. I always get confused with like Blue Lock, Blue Box, Blue Flag, Blue Period, Blue Exorcist. They're all the same.
Yeah, there's a
They literally are all the same.
Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I told him if he read all of a Soul Eater, then I would read that. And nobody's given me any updates. I've been waiting for them. I've been waiting for them to update me and tell me, it's like, hey, here's what's going on. Here's how far I am in Soul Eater. Which, by the way, you know, I might reread Soul Eater this year if I feel like going for round 5.
Why not? Yeah. Have you read Soul Eater not, though?
I actually have, and I really do want to collect it. It's on my list because it's like 6 volumes, and I just really like Soul Eater. And maybe if I buy the manga, that means that they know that they should remake the Soul Eater anime.
Yes,
please.
Yeah.
I still haven't read that actually.
What?
I haven't read Soul Eater not.
That's like
bet time. Soul Eater not.
Okay.
I didn't like Soul Eater not, but I watched the anime. I haven't read the manga. I remember the anime being weird because it would like spoil major plot events from the manga
of like the main series,
but stuff that hadn't been adapted into the anime. So like, if you go from the Soul Eater anime to Soul Eater not, you're gonna be like really confused.
No, there were some parts though that like because they never show Liz and Patty's backstory in the Soul Eater anime, but in Soul Eater not, they reveal their actual canon backstory, which is just like not super plot relevant in the main series, but it's just like weird.
Listen, as great as Soul Eater is, like world building is not really its strong suit. there are a lot of things that make no sense about it. And
don't worry, guys. It all got flattened out and fixed in Fire Force.
But how big is the moon?
Bro, I still don't even know how anything works in that universe. Like,
listen,
it makes.
Hey, listen, Gear. What bet could we make? What would it take for you to read all of Fire Force and do a video on it? And I would read something in return.
That's rough, man, because Fire Force is long. I mean, I'm sure it's a quick read, but it's long.
How much is it?
It's like 30. Right now? It's like 30. Like it's about like
37
to 32 volumes.
Shrug.
No.
Let me think here. Can I get you to read The Way of Kings?
Is it a novel?
Oh yeah.
Ew, real book?
Dude, Gear, I can't read. I can only look at the pictures.
It comes to illustrations. There's like a picture.
Here.
There's like an illustration every 100 pages.
Here, even trade. I'll read Bone if you read
Fire
Force.
Fire Force is
Even
34
trade.
volumes.
Come on, man. I mean, listen, Bowen is goated, but I still can't believe Netflix canceled the Bone show.
Same, dude. I was explaining that to my girlfriend the other day, and she was like, so what's this show what's this book you really called? It's called Boner, and I was like, huh? and she like was messing with me because she thought the title was funny, but then I told her and I said, you don't understand what it's like for one of your favorite like books to be adapted or talked about getting adapted 3 times and it gets canceled 3 times.
Yeah. Is one of those times the Telltale series?
For Bone?
Yeah, that an adaptation got canceled. They only made it.
Wait, they were making one?
Well,
I thought that
it was one of Telltale's like first games like that. They did the first 2 Bone books as Telltale games.
Oh,
I didn't even know that.
Oh, I thought that no, I was following the guy who makes Bone, who like wrote Bone, and he posted some like drawing of him like complaining that it's happened to him 3 times. Like he was gonna get an animated movie and another animated movie.
I
And
know
then
Nickelodeon. I know Nickelodeon was gonna do it like in the early 2000s. At least Scott Pilgrim is happening for real.
Scott Pilgrim the anime is gonna be such a win. Oh my god!
And they got like the original cast from the movie. That's so sick.
God bless Michael. God bless Alan. Michael Cera.
Like they got everyone. It's insane. Literally everyone
Yeah.
came back. Love it.
All right, Gear. What the heck have you been reading? Let's hurry up.
All right, so I've been reading The Way of Kings. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna talk about novels here. But the only manga. So I have not been reading much manga, like at all. The only manga to talk about is the new Akazaka manga, Love Agency or something. Love Academy, whatever it is. Listen,
Love Frequency.
Listen, I love Akasaka. I'm his #1 fan. We just gotta let him cook with this one, okay? It might seem
that bad,
listen,
huh?
Buddy.
No, listen, it's cute. It's cute based on the one chapter I read. So it's about there's a boy and a girl who like each other. It's not as big
Mommy
brain
and
as
Daddy
Kaguya.
love each other very much.
It's not as big brain as Kaguya, but like this guy and girl like each other, so they sign up for like this love agency, which hooks them up with like a VTuber mascot, and they give them like pointers on how to talk to the other person. But they don't know is that like they both have the VTuber app, and they don't know the other one has it. So yeah, we gotta see where it goes. Is all I'm saying.
So it's turning into an e-dating manga.
Yes, I don't know. The artist for this is actually a VTuber, so maybe they inspired it in some way. I don't know. Like I said, we'll have to see where it goes. Like I genuinely I don't think it's like bad or anything. It was just all right, But I don't know.
Okay, here's
Well,
what's happening. Akasaka is dating a VTuber.
oh
And they're like,
god.
why don't you make a manga about me? And he's like, yes, honey.
It's like, I mean,
Yeah,
why not?
Yes, sweetie.
Yeah.
Yes,
um,
babe, I'll do it.
But anyway, in other and it was confirmed to also be in the same universe as Kaguya and Oshinoko.
Okay.
So based. I love it. I love it when that happens. But speaking of Oshinoko, the anime
Sure got his
just
dad. He can make a cameo.
that'd be. Don't even get me started on how great that would be. Holy shit. I'm still waiting for him to show up in Oshinoko. But yeah, no, Oshinoko also keeping up with that, been great. Might be in the final arc, which is nutty. But yeah, and the anime is excellent. We're in the middle of the dating show arc now. We sort of just hit like the emotional peak of that, and it was excellent, so good. The dub though, holy Jesus!
I haven't listened to the dub
Is
yet.
it bad?
The dub only premiered yesterday, so they only did episode 1, which has all these big emotional moments. And I was listening to it, I'm like, oh my god! Oh no, your aorta is broken! Shit!
Dude, when I was trying to watch some Demon Slayer yesterday, it auto-played the first episode dubbed. And it sounded so
I don't know,
bad.
man. I don't know if dubs have just gotten worse or if I've evolved past them. But like, I can't listen to almost any anime dub now. Even ones I used to consider good. Like I used to consider Full Metal Alchemist to be like the peak of all dubs, and I can't even listen to that anymore.
Yeah, it's
Honestly,
okay.
I can't get with that. I actually still like the Full Metal Alchemist dub, even though I've been kidnapped canonically by Vic Mignogna. I still can say I still like him as Edward Elric, and I also still like the English cast for FMA, and I also still say that Bebop is an amazing dub. Those two are the only dubs that I can say without a doubt. I would 100% prefer them.
Yeah, Samurai
over the dub.
Champloo as well. I think that's a really good
I
one.
agree. I agree with Bebop, and I think for the meme, the Death Note one is fun. Not like
Gonna take a chip.
like
if
you want to watch the show, like if you want to take the show super seriously, probably not. But I think if you want to just enjoy Death Note for the camp that it is, I think the dub is fine for that.
I actually prefer Inuyasha dubbed.
Oh.
I think they actually did.
You
better
shut
than
your
the
mouth.
for that
Shrug.
one.
You shut your mouth.
Shrug, maybe if you watch that, you would like it.
I actually want to do a stream of where I go back over my old review scores, because I was thinking about this today, or like just the other day. For the most part, me hating on Inuyasha was like just a meme because I had like a really tough time with it, and I didn't hate it as much as I like.
Wait, you
was
hated
leading on.
Inuyasha?
I actually,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
Buzz,
He's always hated
you
it.
missed a whole. Buzz,
I must have
you
missed
a
an
whole
entire
era.
era.
I will say this was before your time. This is
Oh.
before your time. But I will say, I still don't enjoy Inuyasha, and I still think that it is not great. Like a solid 3 out of 10. It is like it is
What?
not good. But I gave it a flat like 0, and like back when I first read it, I thought that it was the most repetitive manga I think I've ever read, and it did not even have a plot that was compelling to me. And so if you're just going to keep repeating the same structure over and over with a plot that I don't even enjoy, then I will stand by that. That is a very valid criticism that I have of it. And I think that is that is pretty accurate. But for the most part, a lot of this, I can't even tell you what I said in that video. I think I just hopped in front of a camera and I just threw the video on. I think I did that all in one cut.
Wow.
And I am not proud of that video,
Imagine-
but like
That's like
it's
making a
still on
video
there.
just hating on Sailor Moon. Like that.
Imagine
That's
doing a video without like 20 cuts a minute. Couldn't be me.
dude,
Me.
you shut up,
Man,
shut up, take it back.
You should see how many cuts these podcasts have. You can't tell because there's no video, but man,
Guys, I haven't made a video in 4 months. I've been in the middle of working on a video for 4 months, and it probably will not be done. I will be surprised if I have 2 more videos this year. Not that I'm done making videos, but also I just put so much into it, and I've said this so many times before. there's so many cuts and edits and things just because I'm so picky. And dadgummit, I wish I wasn't that way. If I go back, my 11-minute Inuyasha review was probably done in like 1 or 2 cuts, and I'm sobbing thinking of the fact that I couldn't pull that off nowadays. Oh.
Could you do what Smitty's doing and making a compilation of his favorite moments in One Piece?
No, I wish.
He was like,
probably get a billion followers that way.
He was like, I've never edited a video before, but I'm gonna make a compilation. And then like an hour later, he's like, wait a minute, this is actually a lot to go through 1,000 episodes.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he posted a screenshot of his download page, and it was like 500 gigabytes.
He still hasn't.
Oh my gosh!
He still hasn't continued Bleach though, so that's a win for us Bleach haters. Let's go.
Hey, let's go, boys!
Hooray!
I will say,
I'm glad he was hyping Bleach though.
Yeah. Okay.
I will say, like with editing and all that. I mean, I still go back. One of my most popular videos that's not a manga collection is my 321 Penguins video, which gave me. Which is 3.3 thousand views right now, which is like pretty solid for my sub count. But like going back and watching it now, I would rather die.
Oh yeah.
I want to die every time I watch it. It's so bad.
Oh yeah.
And like
that's how it is.
But like I definitely know I won't be doing Shrug Pod forever. Like I'll still be Shrug Pod, but I won't do the channel forever.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't know, man. I just know for a fact that like I just put so much into it and it's so draining, and then after I have to edit all this, it's just like thinking back to like my early reviews was like, oh man, that was a breeze.
Those were the days. Although actually,
those were the days.
On my new channel, because I have less time to do stuff, I put less. I edit them less. Because you see, the great thing about with manga, I always had to put shit up on the screen so people could see what I'm talking about. But I can't do that with novels because the pictures don't exist. So it's a lot easier. Let's go. I'm like, I can just describe. People can just picture it in their heads like they're supposed to.
So you know how you have that Attack on Titan meme that got like 100,000 views?
Shut up. Yeah.
I finally had that moment happen to me.
What?
I had a Red Dead Redemption meme, which is on my second channel. It reached 20,000 views.
I remember that, yeah.
I'm like, hooray! I made it!
Yeah, wasn't it like he says trans rights or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wait, what is this?
John Marston, he says, like, suddenly the world is full of theys. And then I did, like, the based meme.
Oh, wait, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, that's great.
There was like a comment section war with like people like arguing about like if like non-binary people should exist. It was wild.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's pretty wild how things you don't expect to go viral do, and then all the stuff you put hard work into, no one sees.
Yeah, it's yeah, that's just how it's gonna be, man. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Also, yeah, we should just all go into making shorts and.
Man,
oh my gosh.
Okay, I gotta talk. So like, I've been making shorts on my channel, and they do okay. Like they don't. Some of them do as good as the main videos, some don't. But like, I noticed when Shrug did like the manga alert clips, one of them shot up to like 1,000 views instantly. I'm like, what? Wow. Shorts are something else. Like, I don't know. I think if you get them right and they like find the algorithm, like they can really.
So, I've actually had more luck with shorts. I've definitely had more luck with them on Instagram. Other than because I posted like my Twitch clips on there, and I have like 3 clips that are like over or close to 50,000 views, like on Instagram.
People go nuts. Listen,
yeah,
like literally, I hate to say it, but TikTok kind of is the place to be for stuff like that. I don't know if I'd ever stoop so low to go there, but I mean that type of content does well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, dude, heck, are like the 2. I've only done 2 manga alert edits, like. and the last one I did got 1.2 thousand views on.
Yeah, that's more than
like
most
my
of the
channel.
podcasts get.
Yeah, exactly. That's just so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem with those though is like the turnover rate of actually getting people to watch more. Like people are probably just
Yeah.
scrolling through like the auto
And they're like,
playlists of
haha, funny
shorts,
clip.
and they'll never come back. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's why what I do on my new channel is whenever I read a book that I don't have much to say about, I'll do like a mini review, and so if people see that, I've like gained subscribers from those, but it's just a nice little way to do, and they're quick too. But yeah, that's how it be. Last manga news I wanted to talk about, only briefly, is that Trigun is getting a Dark Horse Deluxe Edition.
Hooray!
And when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, isn't Trigun like 2 volumes long? And it is. But they're also turning the other series, Trigun Maximum, into a manga. I've never gotten into Trigun. I tried watching it one time, and I wasn't really into it. I don't know anything about the manga, but
Yeah.
I guess it's good. More deluxe editions, I'm not going to complain, unless it's like a mid-series like Hellsing.
Yeah, so for the Trigun mangas, Trigun Maximum is literally just the rest of Trigun, because what happened was Naito got his series into a magazine, and after like 2 volumes, the magazine like financially crashed, and they had to cancel all their manga.
Oh.
And
nice.
so Naito was left without a manga, or without a magazine. And so he sold it to a new magazine, but then he had to change the name. So he called it Trigun Maximum. And so it's literally like an exact continuation,
Oh,
but it's like technically a different series.
Okay, I get it now. That's hilarious. That's like how when they went to make Evil Dead 2 and they didn't have the rights, they just took out the from the title.
Yeah.
And it was
But I think it actually turned out good, because at the beginning of Trigun, the art is like very rough and kind of like amateur-y. And then Naito took like a year off from writing his manga to just grind art and like get better. And so there's like a big step up in art quality between Trigun and Trigun Maximum. So I think it actually turned out great.
But isn't Trigun Maximum like airing right now, or like has aired this year? Like the anime?
The new show?
Yeah,
I don't
Trigun
think
Stampede season 1
it's
finished.
Stampede.
Yeah, and then
Gotcha.
Is that a
confirmed
new
season
story
2.
though?
It's like a reimagining, but it's like still pretty closely based off the manga.
Okay.
But it's a lot different. It's like I don't know, it's kind of interesting. I don't really know if there's any shows like it. It's like pretty close, but they made a lot of changes, but in a good way. Like I'm finding it like really cool to see like all the references and stuff to the manga.
Now, one last thing before we move to Zelda. Some exciting news to look forward to season 7, because, as you know, we are getting a One Piece live action show. And it looks like they're about to start marketing for it. So the next time you hear from us, we will get to at least talk about the trailer. We don't know when it's coming out yet, but that will be a very exciting thing to cover on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Can we finally get Smitty on the cast?
We're doing One Piece Part 3, guys.
Yeah, and it's
go.
going to be the live action. We're all going to watch the live action show. Everyone here has agreed. We're going to dig up the corpses of Shaman and them and make them watch it as well.
Correct.
It's going to be a good time.
Gosh, that is absolutely horrifying that like show is about to come out, and hasn't like I have heard awful things about it, and so
Nice.
I don't know. Same vibe as when they asked Miyamoto to go watch the Mario movie, and they like the first draft, and they said, "Take this back and do it again."
It's funny.
And I'm
it's
like,
funny
dude.
because the original draft was probably better. Hey, I'm a hater.
Didn't the guy that like supposedly leaked early screenings for One Piece the live action? Yeah, apparently that guy got like super exposed for like making it up. And like some people from Netflix were like, actually, we never even had a screening when this guy said this, so it's totally wrong. And so like the main leaker that like started that was apparently just like making it up.
Well, we'll see about it. Anyway, guys, speaking of leaks, Zelda time. Ayo.
Oh!
Why does every game leak early? I hate it. Anyway.
All right, guys.
Tears of the Kingdom has been out for about 2 weeks now. How's everyone?
And Joff's been playing it for a month.
Yeah, we don't talk about him.
Who's been playing it for a month?
Joff, he's on the Nintendo Ninja watch list, is what I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, fun. Okay, so I'm loving it. Probably, arguably more than I enjoyed the first one. Like, enjoyed Breath of the Wild. It's kind of weird to say like the first and the second one.
Zelda 1 on NES.
And the
Zelda
only,
1,
the
Breath
only,
of the Wild.
The only weird thing that I've been facing is people been asking me, they're like, oh, I didn't play Breath of the Wild. Should I just skip it and go to Tears of the Kingdom? And I'm like, no, you still need to play Breath of the Wild.
Well,
but also, like, Tears of the Kingdom is just like, Tears of the Kingdom is all the stuff that I wanted to happen to an already perfect game.
Yeah, what I'll say, so it's so weird because Breath of the Wild comes out and it's like a revolution and it's amazing. And now I feel like I can never go back to it.
Yeah.
Because this game, like we were saying, it's Breath of the Wild, but with these like insane new mechanics that just change everything.
Yeah.
And
it's
God,
wild.
I just can't even like get over. I still have not processed how big the game is. For context,
It's huge.
For context, I have about half of the shrines done. I have 2 of the main dungeons done. By the way, no story spoilers, but we'll talk about like certain gameplay aspects. And as for the depths, which my God, the fact that even exists, I still can't get my head around.
You just fall down into hell, dude.
Yeah,
what the
bra? I have about 100 light routes to go. So
I did the first 4 dungeons already, and I have 60 hours in the game.
I have about 50. I've been avoiding most of the story though. I've just been doing stuff.
I'm falling behind. I only have 30.
Wow. How dare you?
Wow.
Sorry, guys. The biggest, another big thing too, like, is that there's like a significant increase in just things to do, which Breath of the Wild was already pretty big, and there's already such a huge increase of things like going on, like just right out the gate. Like at least you really don't have a big sense of direction, and I actually am a big fan of that. I mean, it kind of points you in a direction. It's like, hey, you could do this, but there's so many things you can miss. Like I didn't get the camera until about 20 hours in.
Yeah, me
too.
Well,
that's why. Well, okay, I followed the story until I got the camera because that's a big deal for me. I love taking pictures, but yeah, it's like, God, I was playing it today and I was just going around and I'm just remembering how massive Breath of the Wild was, and then I'm just like, man, I'm still like, I haven't even scratched the surface, because what I like to do is when I find an area, I like to just like I haven't even filled out the entire map yet because I just like to find everything I can. Like at first, like I'll probably have to come back later for all the shrine quests and whatever. But yeah, man. And what I love, okay, like this is like the same terrain as Hyrule from the last game. So like all of the big places you remember, all the towns and stuff are still there, but it's so different in like what it offers that it feels almost completely new. It's nuts.
It doesn't feel like the same map at all.
Yeah, like they drop you off like close to the same area, but as I was like walking around, I'm like, man, this all feels new. And it's really crazy. I think part of that is that like Breath of the Wild was so big that like most of the map you're not going to remember anyway. Like you remember the big parts, but not everything that connects them.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, I don't know. It's great. And man, like the new abilities it gives you are just don't even make sense.
Dude, I was reading some interview, like you can get like Ascend, and I at first I was all like, what a conveniently like non-necessary thing to add to the game. But then I read some interview because they were just all like, yeah, we just kind of kept glitches on when we were playing around at first. And then we just decided to implement it into the actual game because we thought it was just so fun.
Yeah, this is like literally like you talk about every few years there's a massive innovative game that will change everything, and I think like this is kind of it. like like I think Ultra Hand is just absurd. The things you can do, the like Recall is insane. Like I don't know if you've seen some of the stuff people can do with Recall, but it makes no sense. Like you can do, like, if you think outside the box, you can do literally anything with Recall. I saw someone attach a bunch of swords like in a circle and spin it around, and then used Recall, stand in the middle, and just have like a moving blade around them that killed all the enemies.
Dude, I saw some dude literally make like a Gundam fight one of the Gleeoks. Dude just standing on the bridge and he just sees like giant like Macross walking across the bridge, like shooting laser beams at a dragon.
Yeah, like I saw, and like I'm just thinking, like, you know how in Breath of the Wild people were still finding out cool things you could do like 6 years later. And now with this game, I feel like it's gonna be 20 years later. People are still gonna be doing stuff, and I still can't, like, the level of physics in this game, like how realistic it is literally unheard of. Like you can just, Breath of the Wild had this to an extent, but with this game it's like, yeah, you can just do like, oh yeah, this works in real life, so of course it'll work in this game. Like, and the fact that it's still running on the Switch, which is ancient hardware, is nuts. I still like can't even believe this game is real, honestly.
Yeah, it's wild. What do you think about the resolution, though?
I mean, I play handheld exclusively. So
you do?
I did play a bit like on the TV, and like, yeah, it definitely is a bit like, you know, for a modern game. But it's also like everyone was expecting it anyway. So
I'm playing on a 4K monitor, and when it drops down to 720p, I mean, it's very, very blocky to that pixel density.
For sure.
I feel like if you play handheld on an OLED Switch, it probably would be a lot better looking.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good on my original Switch, but yeah.
Listen, I'm still floored by how the game looks, and I already don't play on a TV that's like graphically super great. Like I get 1080 max on my TV right now because my TV's 10 years old, but it's like I'm still floored by that game.
Yeah,
it just looks so good, and I'm just dumbfounded that it's just like that. I was like, how is it that good?
Yeah, the Great Sky Island is like the best looking place in the game I've seen so far. It's like amazing, like, and like I mean, the Great Sky Island. I mean, people are saying like, you know, this is an amazing tutorial area. It might even be better than the Great Plateau, but I think both of them are really good for different reasons. Like I think the Great Plateau was a great introduction to like this new style of Zelda. And then the Great Sky Island is kind of like mostly assuming you already know how this type of game works, and they just give you the new powers and tools, which is another reason like it might still be better to play Breath of the Wild first. And you know, Breath of the Wild does have like its unique things, right? Like obviously the Divine Beast, its unique shrines, and its certain powers, its infinite bombs. By the way, I thought I would be bummed out there's no infinite bombs, but not really. Because they make it, because you can just like knock rocks down now with a big weapon.
You just like make any rock can turn a weapon into a hammer, and you just use it in place of bombs.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so although I do like that I do like most things have stayed the same. That's what I was trying to say. But the thing is like there are some things that the game tells you that I'm sitting here like, why are they telling me these things that I definitely would know if I played the first game? But then I'm like, I guess it makes sense that people are gonna just hop into it, and it's good to write it like that, to where they're like, oh, you have no idea, but it's like assuming that you don't know what the Great Fairy is, and I'm like, yeah, I guess.
When
and
you've
then,
played 20 Zelda games and you're like, oh yeah, heart containers.
yeah. And I also, so my girlfriend did not know what, like anything about the Great Fairy, and so I like stumbled upon one, and she just like sees me get taken under the water by this giant lady, and it's like,
and you're
terrifying.
just like, oh yeah, this is normal.
Great Fairy jump scare.
Yeah, this is. Well, yeah, I just turned around and she's like, oh, like she just has no idea what's going on.
I do like how they just straight up tell you where the fairies are, because I do like that. I did find it annoying in Breath of the Wild how it was like up to luck basically if you would stumble upon one.
Yeah.
and I find in this game it's more important to have upgrades, because I feel like everything is just more like you'll find more powerful enemies, your weapons do more damage, and you're gonna need more defense. One of the things we haven't really talked about weapon fusing or whatever, but I love it. Like, I think it's so much like, obviously the durability is back, which was controversial. I was always fine with it. But I think now you just sort of, because like most of the things you'll fuse your weapons with are like enemy horns and stuff, which you'll just get a big pack
and
of.
Rocks.
So I just really like how you can sort of just at any moment just like drop a bunch down and just customize some new weapons whenever you want. And so like you sort of get to choose, like, hey, like in the last game you had to like get lucky if you wanted a fire weapon and find one. But now you can just make a fire weapon whenever you want. Right?
Yeah.
It's great.
Have you gotten the Master Sword yet?
No.
I have.
No, I have not. There's still, like I said, I've been going very slowly through the main stuff, but I'll probably be getting it at some point because I do want it before I beat the game.
Because fusing the Master Sword with stuff, it's interesting because it like still breaks, but you can like fuse it and then it breaks. And then it recharges without the fused item. It's interesting.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, man, I'm just so excited to do more of it. I just feel like, God, there's so many caves too. There's like 400 caves in the game. I like, God.
Yeah, speaking of caves, I still don't even know what the heck those bubblegum things are for. Bubble gem or whatever.
So I know that like getting one signifies the completion of a cave. Like you'll get a check mark by it. Like there's one in every single cave. But I don't know what they do. I only just found out what Poe souls do.
Yeah, I still don't know what those do either.
I know I was talking to Joft, who was obviously playing it longer than us, and I'm pretty sure he's beaten the game now. But he just found out how to get more battery packs. For Link.
I know. I got my first battery upgrade like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I do love that. Like, I do love like going down in the depths, getting some zonite, trading it in, getting capsule. It's great stuff. I love how you can just carry around an arsenal of stuff with you. You can summon it anytime. It's so cool.
Also, man, I just cannot get over that there's so many things that are like considered key items, because like in the first game you had like 6 things. It's all like, oh sick, you had your horse armor, your paraglider, and then all the things you get from the divine beast. And now there's like a billion things that you collect, and I'm like, I don't even know what half these things do. It's like what do I give you?
I will say, okay, probably the only thing I've noticed that I don't like, and this is so far, I don't like it as much as Breath of the Wild, and that's the rewards for beating the dungeons. Because the 2 powers I've gotten so far, I don't really care for, like the champion summons or whatever. Like, one of them was the water. I got the water and the wind one. I mean, the wind one is good, but
I like the wind one just because it makes movement better.
Honestly, I think my main problem is that you basically have the guy running around with you, and you have to like activate them to use it.
Yeah. And
I find with the wind one, he'd like be running around and I'd activate it and it would just blow something away I wanted to collect.
Especially, so I have all four of them now, and when I have
Yeah.
all four of them following me, I'm constantly accidentally clicking on one of them when I'm just like trying to
Yeah.
pick up items.
I think, yeah, like they don't feel as significant as like, because I think Breath of the Wild, I mean, like, yeah, Mipha's Grace, Rivali's Gale, like these were like huge, right? And now
Yeah.
Rivali's Gale is like obsolete now because of rock. You can just rock it anywhere. But,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, like the one I got from Sidon is like lame as hell. I'm like, it's like
Yeah, it
splish
sucks.
splash.
It's like woohoo, one
Splish
water
splash, I'm
attack
taking a
that does
bath.
like 50% of your weapon's health. Hooray!
That being said, though, I have really liked the two dungeons I did. They like I liked the Divine Beasts, but I get like they were all like the same theme, and it was a bit whatever. And the new ones are like similar to them, but like obviously I really like the theming of the puzzles and just how like outside of the box you have to think for them. Like
Yeah, they're really good.
there was one where you were there was something spinning around really fast, and in order to solve it, I like jumped up and slowed down time, which I don't think I'd ever used to solve a puzzle before. And I thought that was really cool. I also want to mention about how the game handles its puzzles and how like a lot of times you have to just create your own stuff. I love this design because it always feels like you've made your own solution to a puzzle.
Yeah.
Even if it's the intended solution, it like always feels like uniquely yours.
Yeah, I keep
Which I've never played a game like that before, I don't think. Which is
I constantly am feeling like I'm solving puzzles in unintended ways, and I feel proud of myself for doing it. But then at the same time, I'm probably just doing it the way they intended.
yeah, like
Right.
I in the Great Sky Island, there's a spot you can't climb up to, and I just attached 10 logs together and made a bridge, and and I felt so smart for it. But then I see literally everyone did the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this what you were actually supposed to do? That's wild.
Well, and then there was this one shrine that my roommate was doing, and he was like, "Oh man, I'm so close to getting to the top, but I can't." And then I was like, "Do you have a bomb?" And then I told him, I was like, "Fuse it to your shield." He did a shield hop, and he flew to the top, and he goes, "How did you know that?" He's like, "Was I supposed to do that?" And he was all like, "Come on, man."
Yeah, you can you can't reach the thing with ascend, just like have a platform, raise it into the sky, drop it, use recall, fly up on
Yeah.
it, use ascend. Like it's so great. Oh man. What a game, man. Jeez, I haven't even found the Deku tree yet. I'm glad Hestu is like chilling in the
Oh,
village.
you haven't?
No, I mean I know where he is if it's the same spot, but
Oh, have you defeated a Phantom Ganon yet?
no.
Oh my gosh, frick those guys.
I
Are you talking?
Heck those
Hold on.
people.
Are you talking about the hands, like the floor masters?
No.
There's like a double boss fight version of that, where it's like you fight the hands and then you fight a Phantom Ganon.
Oh, like in Wind Waker,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I ended up like cheesing the hands by using like a puff shroom, and then I had like a Lionel bow. Lionels are like, I don't know, maybe I've just like perfected fighting them, but every single Lionel I've beaten on like my first try. And so I had like a triple Lionel bow.
I haven't
And
found
I was just
any.
like shooting electric arrows at these guys. I killed the hands, and all of a sudden the Phantom Ganon pops out, and I'm like, oh,
I
like,
have yet
get away!
I have yet to fight a Lionel or a Gleeok. I've just been like, nope, later.
Dude, frick Gleeoks. Frick Gleeoks, man.
Dude, they're so obnoxious.
Those guys suck. I hate those guys.
Yeah,
They make me so uncomfortable. Like grabbing.
I
at
love.
you.
Oh my god, I love the flux constructs. Those are like the coolest boss I've fought so far, and I don't even mind fighting them a dozen times because they're so cool. Like how you just like piece them apart and then figuring out you had to use recall to like get up on top of them. It was I love it, man.
Yeah.
And I wonder, I fought the water temple first, and then I found that boss again in the underground. So I wonder, like, if you can fight dungeon bosses before the dungeon. Probably, like, it probably just gives you the boss that you've already fought, I would assume, but I don't know.
Well, I'll keep it vague. In one of the temples, you fight a boss at the beginning of the temple, and then you have
Oh.
like a rematch with it.
I don't know. Next on my agenda, I don't even know what to do. Sometimes I just like wander and just find stuff, and that's help some Koroks reunite.
Yeah.
Man, those are so
Dude.
funny. I was literally doing it. I was like by the snow mountain, and I had to like take, like, they wanted you to build a truck or whatever and wheel the Korok up onto the top with his friend, and I tried taking a shortcut, and my car fell apart and the Korok went flying all the way, and then there was a chasm there.
Oh no!
Down the chasm. It was so funny.
Bro, I just started fusing them to my shield.
And just walking there.
One-
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I did one the other day, and I was all like, "Bro, frick this! I'm not trying to fly over there." I was all like, I ain't pulling out no bird to go over there. I'm just gonna walk."
I love the torture ones. Like, people made like a rotisserie of Koroks, and they crucified them and just like.
I saw someone. Yeah, it was like they were all like the coloring of the crucifixion of Jesus Korok, and I was like, nice.
Oh man. Dude, I spent like all day yesterday just like putting up those signs and saving Koroks.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, like even like the mundane stuff is fun because it's always like unique ways to do it. It's great. Man, what a game! I can't wait to still not be done it by the time season 7 starts.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be done with Tears of the Kingdom temporarily, of course, when Street Fighter 6 comes out. But then I'm
Right.
sure I'm gonna come back to it.
Yeah, once Foam Stars comes out, it's over. Zelda's dead.
Oh gosh.
Over.
It's
Also,
Jover.
Gollum. We got to play Gollum now. I hear it's just as good as Zelda.
True.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Side note: Gollum looks so like Zelda is like how it's like I find the game. It seems like it's an impossible game because I can't believe they made a game like this. Gollum is like the same thing but the opposite. Like, I can't believe a game came out like that.
See, I didn't even know it came out. I
Have-
literally heard nothing about it this whole time.
Have you
People
s-
were like,
they-
"Oh yeah, it's out already."
Have
I'm like,
you
"Wait,
seen
what?"
like the design of the menus and stuff? It's literally like PowerPoint.
It looks like a mobile game.
Calibri, like game jam level. It's like insane.
Yeah.
God, and that game was in development for so long.
I know. Critical made a video about the game just to rant about how high the specs are for the PC version. He says to play it optimally, you need like a 4090.
Jesus, isn't it coming to Switch?
It is. Yeah, that's the worst part too.
Oh,
It's like, how can it
great.
be so unoptimized on PC, but it's coming to a console with hardware from 2015? Like, wow.
Yeah, they need some of that Zelda magic, I guess.
Oh yeah, speaking about magic on Switch, Hogwarts, let's go.
Yeah,
Got delayed.
it
on
got
Switch
delayed
again.
until November. I was like,
Oh,
well,
man.
Wait, it got delayed until November?
yeah.
Yeah.
Now listen, I would honestly, it's probably a good thing because I'd say they realized how much optimization it would need, but also I find it funny how they probably greatly underestimated the work they would need to make that.
Yeah.
Because like that's the thing. So games can run on Switch fine. You just gotta like, like The Witcher is great on Switch, but they had to make it look like poop. But it still plays
Yeah.
well. It's a great game.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah. Anyway, with that, I am hungry. I'm a hungry boy. I need to go feast on some Koroks. So I think we got
Some
to call it
cock
here,
on Korok.
guys. That's a wrap.
Yeah. Hey, what a great season,
Yeah.
guys!
every-
Next season,
go.
we're gonna revive the dead. We're gonna have more guests on this time. I know
so we managed to get one new guest on this season. I think that's pretty good.
That's a record. Let's
Listen,
go.
next season we're going for 2.
yeah.
Ooh,
I'm gonna get some.
baby.
I'm gonna make some BookTube friends and get them on here.
Yeah, and
Hooray.
then we're gonna, guys. Listen, next season of Manga Alert gonna be the best one yet.
It is.
All right.
We're going to no longer be the number one manga podcast. We are going for the number one of all time.
Hey,
Yeah, Joe Rogan, get out of here. Brain leak,
Yo,
get out of here.
guys, you know that like trend of like all those like actors from old TV shows going over their TV shows, like, like they have like the Ned C classified one,
Wired interviews and stuff.
There's the Always Sunny one. We should do that for Manga Alert. Let's go over. Let's like react to the old episodes and share funny stories.
Yeah, I mean, we can still say that the Bakuman podcast was the best cast we've ever had, and I don't think
agree.
anybody's going to disagree.
Yeah,
true.
Unless, well, Bakuman fans might, but
yeah, I guess.
thankfully,
Frick Bakuman fans.
True.
Mm-hmm.
If you like Bakuman, you're sexist. Sorry, guys.
True. Probably beat your wife, like Takagi. All right,
guys.
Take it easy, everyone. Catch up on High School Musical, the show, and we'll see you back in September.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Remember to stream the new Ruby X Justice League.